God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Today, I want to have a brief discussion or somewhat of a different discussion today. You know, a lot of times I think about what we go through on a day-to-day basis with dealing with and being out here in society. A couple of days ago, I was just at work scanning through my phone, and I believe a brother was from the Alabama area, or whatever the case may be, but he was in prison, and he was showing on his phone of what they are going through while residing in prison, and knowing that people in prison also have contracted the COVID virus. This brother had the phone, and he showed his cellie or his bunkie. And if a lot of y'all don't know what a cellie or a bunkie is, this is the man that's assigned to the area of what you're assigned to, meaning the room that you're in, meaning that you're all in the room together for years, months, or whatever the case may be. Well, his cellie had tested positive for the COVID virus. Now, we out here in society know how serious the COVID virus is. We know that people out here dying. We know that we're able to get certain medications and things of that nature. Well, let me flip the side and let me show you what it's like to go through a medical process or get sick or need some type of medical attention while you're in the joint. A lot of times, even in the feds, you got to fill out paperwork, submit a cop-out to go to medical unless you go to sick call or emergency call. And a lot of times when you go to those services, if you ain't got no money on your books or any things of that nature, a lot of times people turn you around, because even to go to medical services or to access medical services, they're going to take money off of your books. So I just thought about when I saw that this brother was going through that, and then he turned the phone around and showed his roommate and his cellie over there. I'm talking about the man looked like he on the last legs of death. I'm talking about like this brother was really, really going through it. And he was like, he had his mask on. He was like, man, how can people just have me in the room residing with this brother, knowing that he done tested positive for the virus that's killing people, and they got me in the room on 23 hours in one lockdown with him, knowing that he may possibly die. The reason I want to bring awareness to something like this, because it's another reflection or something that makes you should be more mindful of what other brothers who are in prison. So I say, you know what? Since I've been a part of the struggle, and if anybody know my story, I did almost 19 years in prison off a 22-year conspiracy to distribute crack cocaine charge. I've never had any type of illness. I always made it through and everything, but I had to deal with a variety of things. For example, I remember one time people in prison was contracting the virus, what they call MRSA. I didn't know what no MRSA was. I didn't have no idea what it was. I didn't know. So I called my family and I was like, well, what is MRSA? And they was like, well, MRSA, that's something like that's from being dirty and things of that nature. That's just like really people could die from that as well. I'm talking about it can mess with their health. I'm talking about completely and utterly. So the reason I give you this example is because what the brothers are going through right now is completely worse than what I had to deal with. So I say, you know what, man, since that was on my heart, I say, and I see a lot of people talking about a lot of other things about what we deal with as far as in society. I said that I was going to talk about what the brothers may be going through in prison, because even though I've been through the struggle and I've been a part of that kind of stuff, man, them brothers is really, really going through it. I remember reflecting back and being in there in 96 and coming into 2000, and they was talking about, well, this is going to be Illuminati. They going to, you know, everything's going to shut down. Computers is going to shut down, things of that nature. And then I was like, dang, man, if it does happen, me and my homie was up there chopping it up. They was like, man, them people going to come in here and kill everybody up in here, because if you think about it, in prison, that's supposed to be the worst of the worst. But a lot of times, you got innocent people in prison. You got people in prison who might don't even deserve to be in prison, but yet and still, they're in prison doing a bid. So I say, you know what? Today is going to be my blessing. Today is going to be my blessing to bring awareness to those people who know people seem to talk about sometimes. The only time they talk about prisons is like small snippets of conversation and things of that nature. But me, even though I done did almost 19 years in prison, and I got a lot of homeboys in prison, my son is even in prison. I got homeboys in there doing life sentences in prison. I say, you know what? Today is going to be my blessing. I'm going to tell you why today was going to be my blessing. Because today I started my YouTube channel, and I said, you know what? Since I couldn't sleep last night, this is going to be my blessing to bring awareness to what they may be going through. So I say, I'm going to let them brothers know that, listen, man, y'all ain't in there by yourself. Even though I'm out here in the free world, I still have the mindset of somebody who have been incarcerated, somebody who still, in a lot of instances, still is incarcerated. So I say, I'm going to put this broadcast together to let everybody know who's in prison, who you got a phone, you able to chime in on this. I'm trying to encourage you, man. Hey, stay focused, man. Stay prayed up, man. Because a lot of times, just like when we used to fight for the negative things, you got to fight for your health. You got to pray for God or whatever you believe in, man, to make it through. Because in these trying times, man, a lot of times, nobody don't care for you like you're going to care for yourself. But I'm not on that. I'm not on none of that, though. I'm on loving people who I feel have that commonality, the same commonality as me, see the day-to-day struggles as me. And even though I'm a black man, I still show love to a lot of people. Because regardless of I'm a black man and being the identity of a black man, I know that a lot of times everybody goes through certain struggles in their life. So I wanted to send this shout out. And I'm going to name some of the dudes who I was close with, who's still in there doing time, and I've been home since 2015, and who's still in there doing big. I want to give a shout out to Ball. I want to tell Ball to keep your head up, man. Know I love you, man. If you're able to ever see this or hear anything about it, man, know I'm praying for you to come through, man. I want to send it to Plex. I want to send it to KD. I want to send it to my homeboy, Jimmy Barkley. Jimmy Barkley, I'm talking about, like, me and him still stay in contact. Every time he see me, he give me a shout out and be like, man, listen, I see your movement, man. I see you doing this. I see you stand G'd up. You doing the things how I raised you to do. And he's able to tell me things like that. Because when I was young and he was out there balling and doing all the things at that particular time, what was the end thing to do? I admired and I respected dudes like that. And that's what I aspired to be. And he's still in there doing it big. And he fell before me. Man, I love you, man. Keep your head up, man. You already know what it is, man. Anything I can do to ever bring awareness to anything somebody doing through who stand 10 toes down, man. You know I'm there for you. I want to give a shout out to my little God brother, Shafiq Goldwire. Man, I love you, man. You know, stay up, man. Stay prayed up, man. You know I'm here for you, man. I know when you come home, you already know what it is. I want to tell my little son, little Chauncey, how much I love you, man. Just keep safe. And keep your health, man, and stay prayed up and keep your social distance, even though you ain't got nothing but a little gap in there, man. Just, you know, do what you could do in them. And anybody who's out here who has somebody who locked up, man, y'all check on them people, man. Because when you check on them, I'm gonna give you some game right now. When somebody's out on the streets and you check on somebody who's in prison, you just never know. That makes a complete big difference, man. Because when we in prison and then you just got prisoners checking on prisoners, that's cool and that's the thing to do. But when you got outside camaraderie, when you got outside loved ones, whoever to call everybody else and bring awareness to everything that your loved ones in there going through, make that phone call, man. Y'all make that phone call because them brothers in there dying. And then the thing is, the things that we have and we take for granted out here, if we get sick, we got the mask, we got the gel, we got the hand sanitizer. Them brothers in there ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. So I would be less of a person not to bring awareness to them and let them know, hey, man, I love you, man. I know what it is to be in them. I know what it is to say, well, these people saying what they gonna do and they gonna do that and then turn around and don't do nothing. I know what it is to have a call for whatever and then you put in the cop out to go to sick call and then by the time you go to sick call, you healthy. You done snap back, you done bounce back. But then with these kind of issues and the things that's going on right now, it just ain't that simple sometimes. It just ain't that easy. And just like I said, I just put my YouTube channel on the out of date. Every day every at least once a week, I'm gonna bring awareness to a variety of different topics to show that, you know, it's somebody rooting for the bad guys. And it ain't, when I say the bad guys, I ain't talking about a bad person. I'm talking about, when I say the bad guy, I'm talking about a person who society has labeled a bad guy. In all actuality, he might be one of the best people that you ever meet. But I'm rooting for those type of people, because if I'm rooting for them type of people, a lot of people ain't gonna root for none of y'all. I just want to tell y'all, man, I love y'all, man. And man, y'all already know what it is. If you know me, you know I ain't gonna just say nothing just to say it. You know I ain't gonna just let you know I'm feeling some type of way if I really don't feel that way. And then if I'm telling you something, you can believe I'm really feeling that way, because I done lived through those experiences and I know what it is to be in that type of bind and be in that type of situation. So if anybody going through it and you got your loved ones, man, y'all reach back and let them people know that y'all there for them, man. And whatever you could do for them, because I still do what I can do and I ain't got nothing. But you can believe anybody who's in there, who reach out to me, and if I'm able to touch them and do whatever I can do, man, I'm going to do it. And man, like I say, I love y'all, man. Y'all step and y'all know I'm rooting for y'all. Again, shout out.